Hello everyone, we're back. We are starting a whole new segment and we have this lovely lady. She's going to be blind smelling alongside of myself. We're going to do things a little bit different though. But before we go there, when I reached out originally, Tash said, look, I love perfumes, but I love what I love. You know, so don't try to do some, you know, hey, look what I got here. I got these great perfumes. And she's like, no, I love what I love. Yeah. And at the time you mentioned to me that you enjoy things like Bottega Venatta. Yes. And the other one was the Tom Ford Black Orchid. Mm-hmm. Now, both of them, interestingly, well, I did some research and they're both designated as female fragrances. Huh. Okay, so they weren't designed, well, according to the companies, they're not designed for men. Now, what we're going to talk about here, and this is one thing that I love about Niche, is that the Niche houses purposely say these are unisex. Right. It was interesting that I guess the DNA of these, the two fragrances that you shared, had things like leather, amber. It also had things like chocolate.
It had wood.
It had woody notes. Yeah. You'll find that most fragrances have a woody note or woody oils in there because it anchors. It normally used as a base, okay? Right. But it had vanilla.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Don't really like vanilla.
That's right. You said that to me earlier.
Not by itself.
On its own, yeah. So vanilla. So there are some fragrances that are very vanilla, whereas they use in these cases, and I'm going to say in your ones, that they use vanilla to anchor or to create another part of the scent. Right. Right. Now these ones, I think one of them has vanilla, but we'll go into that. Anyway.
Packaging is great, by the way.
I know.
Just to put it out there.
Well, look, okay, here. Hold on to that one. Hold on to that one. So these guys are fairly new, and they started their business in 2007, husband and wife team, and they love travel. Now, if you look on the back, you can see it says, so Mimo is the brand, but what they're playing on is either as in a memo, right? Writing a memoir, or memory. Right. And it's because they're such crazy travelers, they've met while traveling, that they wanted to create a range that didn't constrict them to a zone. So the Italians, for instance, Italians like to use Italian ingredients, okay? Right. So these guys here wanted to have the world as their sourcing, and they wanted to also communicate and express themselves about travel around the world. All right. So this is their CUIR Nomade. CUIR means leather, so nomadic leather. Right. And the two that we're going to talk about, they've got probably about 7 or 8 in the range, in this leather travel range, this CUIR Nomade range. And they're all in different areas of the world, so Irish leather, Moroccan leather. Wow. But we're going to talk about African.
Here's me thinking leather's leather.
And actually, I need to tell you about leather in itself, okay? So, but
that's a whole nother discussion.
It's full on.
Right,
it's absolutely full on, because what you think is leather isn't leather.
Okay.
All right, let's go. We got to talk. Let me talk about this because I know we got a timeline, but I got to tell you. So, what does leather smell like? Like leather. Yeah. But think about it now. A dead carcass animal, their hide. Yeah. What's it going to really smell like? A dead carcass animal. Yeah, right. Yeah. So in the early, I think it was in the early 1700s or something like that, the reason why perfumery exploded is because leather makers were actually scenting their gloves. Because otherwise, the person putting their hand inside a leather glove would stink. Yeah, right. So they would perfume it.
There you go.
There you go. So leather is actually silver birch tar oil.
Okay.
It's actually silver birch. It's a tree that's found in Russia, and it was Russians who discovered the scent of leather. They actually would grab the tar from this tree, and they would rub it on their leather goods, and that would create that scent. People fell in love with that scent.
They're lying to us. It's not leather. It's
not leather. Oh my God. It is leather, but it's an oil that creates that leather scent. So what these guys did, they actually said that different parts of the world scent their leather in a different way. So they've got one which is a French leather, and the French actually scent their leather with a little bit of rose oil.
Nice.
And so you have a slight rosy
Sweetie.
smell. That's
Yeah,
right. So when you open
sweet.
like a leather bag, a
Yeah.
French leather bag, it smells a little bit,
Sweeter.
yeah, a bit rosy.
Right.
Crazy, right?
Yeah.
All right. So
Rather than my shoe, right?
rather than your shoe. I don't think that's leather anymore. That's become something else. All right. So let me move into this. So this is African leather. Tell me where you think this lives.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that gorgeous?
That's amazing.
It is a very soft leather down the bottom.
Beautiful.
Isn't it beautiful? Now, bearing in mind that you like your the Tom Ford Black
Yeah.
Orchid and
Yeah,
and Bottega.
very, hitting those notes for sure.
Right. So it's in that realm. So Bottega Venatta and the Black Orchid. So this is now. So if you like those,
I feel like I could wear this both on
100%.
myself, but also my husband.
100%, 100%.
Yeah.
This is for me. I love wearing.
We're saving money here. We're going to share perfumes.
Now, where would you categorize it at? Is it a spring? Is it a summery fragrance? Is it a? Where would you?
No, I would be more like a wintry sort of evening type fragrance. For
It
sure.
is a beautiful.
Like I wouldn't wear this to work and be like, whoa.
Oh, really?
No, more
Oh, so
more for the
okay,
evening.
okay, right, yeah, okay, fair enough, yeah. Funny, because I wear it to work. That's why I'm like, but I wear perfumes when I even go to the gym. So
That's beautiful.
yeah, isn't that
Yeah,
gorgeous?
that's gorgeous.
The way that the notes play here is there's one thing that's pretty definite. It's pretty spicy.
Yes, yes.
So it has a spice. So it starts off with a wonderful saffron.
Mm-hmm.
It also goes into cardamom, and there's bergamot in there. So there's a little bit of citrus.
Yeah.
Then in the heart note, you've got geranium, so geranium is like a rose. It's called the other rose.
Right.
So it's kind of rosy, but it has also like a peppery citrus. It has its own personality,
Right.
okay? And in there it has cumin and the geranium. And then finally it settles down into the more sort of deeper notes, such as the leather, the musk, vetiver, and there is vanilla in there.
Right.
So there's that slight,
Hint of
so that
vanilla.
slight oriental sort of fragrance to it.
He's maybe sold me on this one.
And I haven't even sold. Oh, well, I don't. Yeah,
I love this. I love this one already.
yeah. African leather is gorgeous. African leather, and look, okay. So now some further info on this. Long lasting. So you're going to get 6 to 8 hours.
Yeah.
2 sprays. I wouldn't exceed 2 sprays.
Right.
2 sprays, and it'll take it to 8 hours comfortably. The thing about African leather, it has amazing sillage. So people walking past you will pick up this fragrance.
Yeah.
Now my son loves African leather, and he will. So he actually uses it at the office. So he goes to the office and he wears it. And when he comes home, I'm like, African. Mind you, he takes it from me, so he's using my fragrances. But it's a very long lasting, and it has beautiful sillage.
Yeah.
But it's not offensive, don't you think?
No, there's some perfumes you walk past people and you're just like, you can't breathe. What was that smell?
Right.
I think it settles very well. Like the more I smell it, it's like when I first smell it, I loved it anyway. But now that I'm keep smelling it, I'm like, I'll just pack this in my bag for later.
Well, we're gonna. I want actually, in actual fact, I'd like you to put both on your skin.
Okay.
All right, and that way you get a chance to feel it.
Because they're different on different people, right?
Well, yes, they are. So they'll work with your own body chemistry.
Right.
And I always say to people, you sort of take a gauge off the card. So you want to know whether you like that. But
Smelling different to me now.
yeah, well, that's the dry down.
Yeah, yeah.
Now let me point this out. So they use good quality oils. All right. So what that means is that as the opening notes, as they begin to evaporate, so those citrusy and stuff like that begin to evaporate, they play with the heart note, which then plays with those base notes.
Right.
So you have all these oils blending together, along with your own body,
Right.
your own body oils. All right. Let me move on.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, let me, because I want you to.
I did say I love perfume.
I want you to start fresh with this next one.
Yeah.
Okay, so this one here is Italian leather. And interestingly, they've done an incredible interpretation. Now, I'm going to give you a heads up. This fragrance is polarizing. And the reason why I did African, because I knew you were going to love it. All right? But what I wanted to do here is also stretch you a little bit. All right? So show you some other stuff that is kind of in your realm, but not in your realm really. So if I started you off with this one, you'd be like,
what are you doing?
what are you doing to
What
us?
are you doing?
So all I'm going to say is, Smell this and notice the difference. Smell that.
Yay.
So what's the first impression you get?
Not one I would pick off the bat, for sure.
So this one is polarizing. So some
Yeah.
people love it.
Yeah.
I'm that guy. I actually enjoy it. It's completely different.
It's
I love it on
completely
me. So this one here is a sensual fragrance. So it's very,
Yeah.
I don't know, you feel.
You're going to do stuff other than smell the perfume. Can we say that?
You can.
I just did.
But this is a great going out. So awesome going out fragrance. This one here, you gotta be confident about what you're wearing. All right. Because some people are going to go, what the hell are you wearing, man? And other people go, whoa, that is, what are you wearing?
Yeah.
Can you smell those top notes? So being that it's Italian leather, what do you think it might have in there? So it's not warm. It's not warm.
No.
It's kind of green, maybe? Do you think it's kind of green?
Yeah, a little bit green.
Yeah.
Just intense. Like.
It is intense. So in the opening notes, it actually has tomato leaf. So they're playing with that Italian thing. Right. So can you, now that I said that, can you smell the green in that?
Yeah.
Right. So in the opening notes, they were quite clever. They put leather at the start. So they put a bit of leather, some leather notes at the start, along with the green tomato.
Do they have vanilla?
Vanilla in the opening notes also.
Yeah.
And then again in the base. So what they did is they put leather in the leather and vanilla in the top notes and in the base notes.
Right.
So you get, I think what it is, otherwise if it just came out as green leaf, tomato leaf, you'd be like, I don't know if you've ever smelled like a tomato plant when you grab it and you pinch it and you smell. It has a very biting sort of smell. It has a very distinct fragrance.
Yeah.
So they softened it up a little bit with that vanilla and the leather, but then again they brought it back down the bottom along with things like musk and things of that nature.
Musk for sure. Yeah. I think that's possibly like with the vanilla at the top and then at the bottom, it's like that double whammy of vanilla for me. So I'm like, it may grow on me.
All right, now here's another one. Can you smell chocolate now?
Yes. Oh my gosh, but I love chocolate.
So in the heart note, so it has tomato leaf again, believe it or not. So you get that burst at the start, but then as it starts to dry down in the heart, you're getting the tomato leaf again to keep it in that Italian frame of mind. But it also has iris root.
Right.
And the iris root has a chocolatey sort of smell to it.
I think I'm liking it more as the smell is settling.
All right, so here's my thing. This is an awesome fragrance. Yeah. All right, you're not. So if I would have showed you this off the cuff, you would have been like, "Not for me. You are crazy. Yeah, you're crazy. Niche. Never for me. Etc. Etc."
Yeah.
The one thing that I love about, and this is now my love for niche fragrances. The fragrances. So you have stuff that is safe. All right, I knew you were gonna love this. When I knew you were gonna love this. Yeah. But now it's about finding something, pushing you in another direction. Yeah. That to begin to explore from an olfactory position. Yeah. Go, what is that? And then when you start to identify, hang on a second, it does smell chocolatey. It does smell a bit green. But I can still feel that leather.
Quite liking this.
There you go. Enough. On skin, this one here is phenomenal. Now, if this one had longevity, this one is eternal. It just goes on and on and on. This one never stops giving. All right. Honestly,
it keeps on giving.
And again, 2 sprays.
Wow.
You exceed the 2 spray, you will kill
everybody.
And I'll go on further that when you put on your skin, if you want to wash it off, you gotta wash it off. Those oils are genuine
really
in there.
Get in there. Yeah.
100%. What do you think?
I'm actually quite liking it now. That's funny.
Isn't it beautiful?
It is, actually.
And then when you start hearing about those different notes in there, it still stays as a leather fragrance, but it's 2 different takes on this, 2 different approaches. And I'm going to go one further. The rest of the range, I'm going to bring in, do you like rose?
I do like rose.
Because the French leather is exceptional. Wow. And these are male and female fragrances, okay?
Yeah.
Comfortable.
I would wear that one, and
100% this one.
100%. I'd wear that one, and my husband will wear that one, and he
This is a day fragrance.
Yeah, to get him out of his comfort zone. Yeah.
100%. Anyway, so there you have it, guys. Two amazing fragrances that I would strongly recommend. The whole Mimo range is exceptional. I would like you to put on both. Sure. Can we do that?
Yeah.
All right, so
absolutely.
Try that one first. Actually, I just
even the bottles are...
aren't they gorgeous?
They're beautiful.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, I love that one.
Yeah.
Yep.
That one's a sure bet.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to go on further. You could blind buy this, all right? So you can just go to the shop, or even order it online. You can blind buy this, and I'll be surprised. If you like those leather, those warm notes, it does have spices, but it's not overkill. It's not, you know, did you mix them? No, you didn't. Okay, I'm like, don't mix them. Oh, man, I can smell that Italian.
Yeah.
That green that kicks off at the start. I honestly, I love Italian leather. It's a very unique fragrance. But it's polarizing, so my wife does not like it. If I wear this, she's like, get the hell out of here. Whereas I can wear African and it's not a problem.
She will let you in the front door.
She'll let me in the front door, yeah, correct. All right, guys, thank you. It was awesome. Did you enjoy that?
Loved it, it was great.
Did I sell?
You may have sold me.
But I wasn't selling.
No,
I was communicating.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That one is my favorite.
Awesome. See everybody. Thanks for watching. Just letting you know, this is not a sponsored post. All the opinions shared are my own. The fragrances that we spoke about actually belong to me. I've gone out and purposely bought them, and they're part of my collection. The good people of Libertine Parfumerie have reached out and are actually offering my subscribers a 10% off on all online orders. The details of this are in the description below, links, codes, etc. The reason why I love buying from them is it gives me an opportunity to select up to 4 fragrances that I want to sample. They'll package it up, send it to me, and that gives me a chance to test drive that fragrance and see whether I like it or not. Then they'll also throw in a whole bunch of extras. If you like these, you might like these. So it's an awesome way to discover new fragrances. Thanks everyone. Once again, really appreciate your support. We'll see you on the next video.